October Red here with the superstar, the light heavyweight, soon to be world champion. I've got my eye on you. Ben Whittaker, October Red, welcome back.
Yeah, man, good to see you. Good to be back. Good to be back in the Midlands. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Your last fight, I need to go back to, is it Saudi? I'm disgusting with geography over that side. Obviously, I weren't there, but talk to us about that fight because it's kind of like then you went off the radar and then it surfaced that you had an injury.
Yeah, so my day before the debut, I picked up an injury, but like there was a lot of anticipation, a lot of people waiting. So I thought, I just want to get on with it, get the fight out of the way. Performed like to a lot of people, performed class. So I thought, okay, the train was going nice, and then I'm on Sky Sports and Boxer, so this Matchroom thing popped up. Do you want to jump onto the AJ car? I said, oh man, I might not get a chance again. But I picked up this niggle and the niggle was getting worse. So I couldn't do my training, but I thought I don't want to miss out on this opportunity. So I went there. I didn't really tell nobody other than my dad and Jobe. And it got to a point where I was like, yeah, this is kind of bad, man. Sugar flew over just before the weigh and he said, how is it? I said, it's kind of hurting, man. We weighed in, did what we needed to do, went to the warm-up room, tried to do pads. I said, I can't do that shot. And he goes, oh man, if I knew it was this bad, I wouldn't have made you fight. But I said, I just wanted a fight. Got in there, didn't go to plan the way I wanted to. Got back, sorted things out, and I'm back now. But it's kind of an eye-opener. You need to listen to your body, man. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we've got one career. And if I did it, luckily enough, my skill got me through it. If I didn't, I could have lost. Do you know what I mean? So.
One thing I like about you is you take boxing very seriously. It's almost like this is a younger brother to you, something that you hold dearly. And when you're pissed off, it shows. It happened in the Olympics when, like you said, you picked up the silver. Nobody put it, over your neck, the usual treatments. You wear your heart on your sleeve when it comes to boxing. So I understand why you took that risk. But like you said, you've learned from it. It's like, I've got to listen to my body.
100%. I've got one career, so trying to juggle 2 fights in 2 weeks or something like that is ridiculous. But where now I can listen to my body, you've got to start paying a bit of money as well. So I paid the right person to look after myself, the right physio. Because before, what I would do is kill myself in training, 3-4 sessions a day, come back, not stretch, not do nothing, do it again the next day. And he was kind of doing like that. So I'll do everything right in the gym, but not the stuff after. Where after this little niggle, and especially after the Olympics with my shoulder, it's kind of opened my eyes. Okay, I am still human. I need to listen to my body. So I've got the right people on board. I'm starting yoga, I'm stretching, I'm doing things like that. So if I can master that part as well as the boxing, it's all about longevity. So that's what it's about.
And we talk about longevity and it's almost like the common sense to learn. Like you said, this is your career. You get one chance. Your trainer can go and train 50 people. Exactly. His career still carries on. You've got the one, so it's about putting yourself first and maybe saying sometimes I can't take that risk. I have to step back, but I get it because it was an AJ fight, 258. You're part of that team, so it is understandable.
100%. It was just an opportunity where I thought, let's not laugh. I can make more money in 2 weeks. I thought I'm definitely going no matter if the arm's falling off or not. 2 weeks, but debut and this fight. I thought, man, I'm walking out with a pocket full of change, and then I thought. It's a good fight to put my platform and all that type of stuff. I thought Matchroom is quite good. It's a bit of a different thing. But at the end of the day, I paid the consequences. I still won unanimous, but not the way I wanted to. But I've learned from it. Get this fight out the way, the one I wanted to. Then listen to my body, do the right things. Then we look forward.
The training camp, you've literally trained in between 2 countries. I understand that you're Olympian, so you're used to going all over the place. But training in between the 2 countries as a professional with Sugar and then with Jobe at home, how do you work out that balance? Because they're not the same person. Jobe's been with you from the beginning, but you're learning new things. How do you manage to mix it up with the 2 trainers?
Yeah, I love it. It's like 2 different looks, 2 different styles, 2 different people. I always do my first part of camp in England with Jobe and my brother. My brother does all my strength and conditioning. And he's an ex-Marine, so my man can run, you know what I mean? And he's got that weird mindset where nothing hurts him, so I'm trying to keep up with him like, rah. So, he pushes me, does all my strength and conditioning, does all my meals and things. Jobe does all obviously my boxing and whatnot. So that's all patterned. I get good sparring in England. Then I fly over to Miami. Then Sugar's got a completely different style. We spar a lot more. He's got an S&C coach for me there. The heat's different, so I'm kind of grateful. I get two different looks. You get the English look, you get the American look, the Russians, the Mexicans, Argentinians. So it's great for me at this part of my career.
A sponge that's still at the early part of his professional career, experiencing the amateurs, but the pro game. How have you found like the switch, the development, the difference between the two?
Yeah, I don't know if it was with you or someone else. Fraser did an interview and he said, so, was it with you? He was pretty good and he said, yeah, you know, a lot of people say the amateur game and that's different. It's really not. It's in certain things. Firstly, wear no vest. Secondly, the gloves are smaller. Thirdly, longer rounds. But other than that, if you're at the top level amateur, it's kind of the same. We've done things like the WSB, which is 5 rounds, which is professional. We've done things where we fight with no head guard, it's 10-9 scoring. So for me, it's still the kind of the same.
And we've got the sensei that's gate crashed the interview.
I know I'm pretty rude, but I'm pretty rude, but it's, I guess, the American in me, maybe. American rudeness. I was talking to a young fella, and I think you spoke of him, and I was bringing him over here to introduce him to you. This young man here.
Young fella?
Yeah.
Didn't I introduce him to you?
That's what I was trying to tell him, and he was like, I said, let's go over here and get into the interview, and I want to introduce you. So here he is.
Young Matty Harris, future heavyweight. I'm not going to let you gate crash because this is Ben's turn. We've got to speak about Ben.
You know what? That is great because I've been doing interviews before when I was in Manchester last time and Lawrence Okoli was fighting and everybody's asking me about somebody else and I thought it was pretty rude because I was here for this particular man, like I'm here for Ben Whittaker. So to ask questions about Ben Whittaker, I'm all in for that. But to ask me questions about other people at this time, it doesn't make sense to me. My brain is not that fast and advanced.
Well, you focused on who you're training. You are here for Ben. You've had Ben since his pro debut. He went off with an injury. He's sorted now. He's even mentioned that he's doing yoga. Can you believe it? How have you found his training since he's come back off his injury?
Yeah, he's been doing pretty good with the yoga. No, he's been doing good. He's happy. Look at him. Look at all this swag he's got. He's got so much swag. It took mine away. Look at me. I got a hood on my head. I'm just sitting here slumped over like this. He's got all the swag from the whole room.
The thing is with Ben, he's not just a talker. I said you are good for boxing. You've got that attitude. What people want to see, but you don't just have the attitude when you sat at the top table talking. You do it in the ring. That flair that he's got, now I need you to big him up because that is someone that you're training and you're developing to become a world champion.
I just do whatever he tells me to do and play my role in this relationship and just watch things just bubble to the top.
Bubble.
That's all I do.
Champagne.
Like bubble tea.
What is he like to train?
I mean, as long as I do what he tells me to do, I mean, he's an excellent person to train with.
I can never get a serious conversation. He did this with Lawrence Okoli.
Being serious, man. He's being serious. I mean, we know what
He says, listen, I want to work on my right hand today. And I said, okay, whatever you say, boss.
How do you cope with him? Is he like this in the gym? Is this what he's like in the gym or just on media days?
Yeah, sometimes he might not even turn up, man.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's just sometimes he's a diva like that, but we're here now. That's what that matters.
The top table, that's what I wanted to speak about. Your opponent seems like his game. He mentioned stuff about body bags and please, audience, I understand that people get upset and in their feelings. Boxing is a dangerous game. Things can happen in boxing. But that's the energy that you're bringing. You're not going in there to play tiddlywinks. You have to have that energy. So talk to us a little bit about that.
To be fair, I don't really take this boxing game, especially the talking stuff, too personal. You know, he was getting a bit riled up. He was getting a bit hot, man. Someone needed to check his blood pressure, man. You know what I mean? He's getting a bit red and things and like that. But at the end of the day, if he's taking it personal, it's going to play into our hands, man. That's all it's about.
The mind games, is that something that you can say you can contribute to? Because you know how to get under people's skin. You know how to dazzle people. Yeah, you.
I don't think I do. If that's true, I better look at myself in the mirror and start to pay attention to myself a bit more. You think I really can get under people's skin? Let's try it out. Hey, man, you're not so good.
You know when he gets, you know when Ben,
It's hurt my,
you know
it
when,
hurt my feelings now, man. If I don't perform, it's because of this.
We know it ain't your heart. Is it your legs?
It's my legs. No, it's my legs.
speaking about legs, you are in phenomenal shape.
Yeah.
What do you intend to do to this opponent on the weekend? You towered over him.
One question you mentioned about him being in shape. So, in past, my body has been used for photography for the fighters. So I know you probably saw a picture of Ben shredded. They used my body. They used my body, lightened it up a bit. You know, lightened it up, changed the hues, and saturated it, and then they just put his face on it.
I can't take him seriously. What are you going to do to your opponent on the weekend?
All I gotta do is turn up, make sure I eat my porridge in the morning, get my little pizza the night before, and it's showtime, baby.
One thing I will say about you before we go is that you walk with the same people. I'm one of these that if you've got a tight circle, that's your circle. You always turn up with the same people to all your fights, whether you're fighting or not.
Exactly.
Talk to us about that.
100%. I'm a person who's grew up in a nice close-knit family. I love a lot of people around. I've got my dad, Jobe, Sugar, all my friends and family, and hopefully this is the team all the way to the top.
We like it. So how is Tyson Fury?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh, Tyson's doing well. I spoke with him this morning, and he sent me a little care package to the hotel. It should be here tomorrow.
October Red with Sugar Hill and Ben Whittaker. Thank you so much for your time.
What do you want me to say?
These pair. Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.